at the end.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Conversation with Cliff. I'm joined with the usual suspects. I got Queen 17, aka Conscious Queen, aka Black Murky Mutant, aka Black Jewel, aka the Shooter. Look at her. I got Cuzzo JB, aka Voice of Reason, aka P3, aka Preacher Man, aka my brother.
Cheeks out.
Cheeks out.
Conversations with Cliff. I'm a free thinking spiritual beast. We can keep it ratchet or classy. I'm here for the conversation.
Actresses' favorite. Y'all had y'all favorites who y'all looked up to and you aspired to be as a child. Like, oh, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, who you wanted to mimic. Y'all had decent people, but it's disheartening. Like, who the Black women that is being shown to our generation, well, this generation in our culture, we are in trouble. Like, it's nothing funny. It's nothing, haha. People like, oh, that ain't my child. It might as well be. It's gonna be your great grandchildren because they in schools. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is
Mhm.
seeing what's being pushed on us. This Krishan and Blueface. Like I'm not even gonna get on here and go bad on her because really everybody is a product of the environment. This girl, we can't even blame Blueface because he didn't show us who he is. He come on camera and tell you what it is. Bust down,
Yeah.
Tatiana. That's always been his mo. Bust down. She don't have no women in her life, none
No
that can
strong
kind
ones.
of
No
they
strong ones.
try to shape and like give her some word. None. That's what that's saying to me. Like she don't have nobody that's like on the other side of her trying to keep her on the. This is the next and upcoming generation. I'm worried about 70 years old. These are the women that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, running around with their kids, trying to keep their kids under control with your grandkids.
It's
It's
true.
it's not easy to just ignore that.
Yeah, the blind leading the blind.
It's worse than blind at this point. It's, we
It's
got missing limbs and blind and deaf
yeah,
and
yeah,
dumb.
yeah. It's
Shit.
it's kind of like the angry. You can't tell my kids nothing. The kid can be dead wrong, but you can't tell them nothing. Those kind of parents is floating around here. They ready to fight. They coming in on 10, just wilding out on the situation and not even coming in to understand what's going on. They just going off. We fucked up.
Unfortunately, I do know this is just the life cycle. And we just happen to be on a phase because if you really go back, like probably like great grandparents, like my great grandmother, she will tell you like this is a cycle. Like this is unfortunately this is how it happens because it's basically our generation is now raising there's we two generations back. So we are not the youngest generation anymore. There are two other generations after us. And so the generation that we were raising, we're the generation that was like, we're not gonna do it like y'all because even though some of the stuff y'all did was right, we feel like we can do it better. The generation after us is the generation of like, I'm not gonna do it anywhere near how my parents did it because everything they did was wrong. And now this next generation, they is ironically you're gonna watch them grow up, and you can bet that they're gonna be more the generation to be like, I want to go back to how my great grandparents did it, because the things that I've learned watching you grow up, like that don't work for me. Like being out here wilding over dude, like that ain't gonna work for me. Like I'm sorry, like this independent stuff that you screaming from the mountaintop don't seem to work out too well for you because now you at the point of your life where everything is around and consumed about me, and I'm like, yo, I
Mm-hmm.
can't even grow up. I can't even be an adult now because you living your life vicariously through me because of all the stuff that happened to you with all these dudes. And it's like, nah, I'm good. I go back to how great great grandma did it. Where I set my tail down, came home, didn't leave the house until a man properly came, knocked on the door, and took me out. and I'm not gonna give him nothing until he put a ring on it. And I'm not gonna have no hot girl summers. I'm gonna go get my money and get my education, and I'm gonna wait on the husband to come to me. That's a life cycle. Like that's just unfortunately that's how it works. I hate to see it, but that's where we at. Cause we in trouble. Lord, we in trouble.
So us
I think I'm gonna
70s and
be.
80s babies is just screwed.
No, we not screwed.
Why we not?
Mm,
Why we not?
I don't think we screwed because I mean the reality of it is some of us still exist. Look at us. We not that. It's just the what is relevant or what is being portrayed out there is still out there because they need us. They need this type of the people in our generation to still be around to help because that when the generation we 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, those 2020, 2024 babies, they gonna need somebody to come back and be like, because let's see what 50, 60, they gonna be gone. Like that's the
So
reality of the
Gen
cycle.
X, like Gen X,
Yeah.
early millennial, maybe.
Right.
We kind of millennial.
I'm
We
Gen
are
Millennial.
X.
we're the millennial. Yeah,
I'm Gen
that
X.
generation that generation going that we're gonna be the old ancestry generation. And we're gonna have to keep what we learned to move them forward because they're gonna come back around because the generation that they were birthed from, they not gonna be able to get it from them. They're gonna be like, bro,
Mm.
I can't learn nothing from you. Because what I want in life is not what you're doing. Like I can't do this. I can't put a dude face on I can't put a dude tattoo a dude face on my face for the
So
rest of my life. Like I gotta look like I can't even kiss my mom on the cheek because I'm kissing a
But
dude that was disgraceful and disrespectful and
but I mean, we old enough to know that time shows is repetitive. It's gonna keep being the same cycle. So the same way that our parents was like, y'all listening to Ruckus, y'all generation ain't nothing like ours. Y'all don't have no good music. Da 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 da. And we was like, ah, but we was listening to NWA. Well, my generation, I'm saying we was listening to NWA. That was like the start of the bitches, the bees ain't, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
era. And when that became a thing. And you saw how that worked out, where that led to. It's all leading up to a certain point. Them women was ride or die. Like, cause you gotta prove yourself. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, show that you about the cause. Our kids, yeah, they learned a lot because they grew up watching a lot and we was learning together in a way. Each generation seemed to be getting worse. If Krishan is out here, she don't have no guidance, obviously. I'm assuming, but from what it looked like, no guidance. And she's projecting that. You watching that. That's what all that they putting out. They're not putting out positive kids. They're not putting out our youth that's doing something. They have a mindset. So what you project is what kids that don't have those elders right now in their life. Forget being able to come back because they foundation where they starting at was programming their minds early. What's gonna make them they foundation is the shit that they seeing because they don't have that at the time. It's gonna be hell on wheels. It's hard to get them to listen to you now, let alone they gonna come back around and ask your opinion. You could barely get your own. And yeah, it's a lot of us. And it's our kids, you know, everybody fall short somehow, somewhere. We worry about them. But generally our kids, they getting it, they got it. But the numbers and the masses of kids that don't have that in their life on an everyday basis versus us and what we provide, that's not the common household, obviously, because we wouldn't see such huge declines at fast numbers like we see.
but we have to be yes. And I think with all that, we also have to be ready. We have to be ready to do it because like look at the generation. Like what's going to happen is you're right. Our children are gonna be good. But then it's gonna be like the masses are gonna be those children who be like, bro, like this ain't working. Because that's really what happens. Like at some point, when we got into like the NWA and hip hop, really, when we got it, we were the generations of the hip hop. That's
Right.
when hip hop really interceded. But at some point, we were like, what y'all doing is not working for us. This honky tonk, this, this bebop, what y'all are doing is not working for us. And so we had to go find our lane. That's going to be that mass group that's going to sit there and say, this don't work for us. So we need to go find what will work for us and find our own space. Because I mean, you think about it like, yeah, my mom may not have been, up with what I was doing, but like if I think about it, my great grandma, she supported everything I did. She was like, I get it because my great grandmother was the generation that started putting percussions in the church. So for her, she get it. She was like, I get it. Like it's not my speed, but I understand the foundation of what's happening. So I'm gonna support it. And so it's like it's that, if that makes sense. If I make sense. I don't know if I make sense.
A whole
How
lot
y'all
of sense.
doing?
But how many grandmothers you see right now dislike your grandmother?
But see, that's the thing. I have to be that. I have to remember what she was and
Yeah.
remember that foundation. Because
And
at
you
some point, them two generations ahead, they're gonna come back and they'll be like, yo, Pastor Higgins, like, this ain't making sense to me. I'm like, all right, let me walk you through what you're seeing happening. And that's just I gotta be ready for it. Like we have to at some point be ready because I feel like that's what I agree. Because like that's what our great grandparents like. That's what my great grandparents and my grandma was. They was like, I don't understand it. Like I don't understand hip hop, but I understand you wanting to find your lane. But don't forget some of the foundational pieces that you're gonna need in order to go where you're trying to go. And that's what it's gonna be like. They gonna come to a point of like, I'm not putting a dude face on my. I'm not tattooing the dude face on my face. I'm not going out here walking around snaggletooth all because of stupid stuff. I'm not sitting around here wet behind the ears over no dude who treating other women like this.
and
And
we
dude's gonna be like, that
generalizing.
ain't cool.
And we
Yeah,
generalizing because, that's an example. But how do I put this? Like my grandmother was like that. Of course, whatever you grew up is instilled in you. But your grandmother also didn't have, or your elders didn't have the media and everything in their life trying to suck them dry of energy, trying to throw things at them. Yeah, they was dealing with things, but it wasn't like consuming so much so fast where you trying to catch your breath to stay above and to keep your head right. And yes, you're gonna do those things, but the it's gonna get smaller. The group of people gonna get smaller because everybody not strong enough in this day and age. Everybody don't have that mental toughness. Everybody mind is not like yours and how your grandmother raised yours to be. All I'm saying is, yes, we out here, but it's disheartening for me because I'm seeing the play. Everywhere I look, they using Black young girls to push. It's my daughter showed me a show on TikTok where it's like 8 or 9 girls. They stand in the line. They all hold balloons. Guy come in and
and
you
they
supposed
pop
to
them.
pop the balloon. It was young men coming in as soon as I'm 26. Pop, pop, pop. I don't like the way you talk. I don't, da, 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 da. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke, not knowing this young man is talented. This young man, he may not have all the pizzazz outside. His jewels is inside. But they pushing our generation to be strictly on physics, like what you can see. Nothing about substance. And yes, we out here, we gonna continue to keep teaching our kids. They gonna pass it down. It's just disheartening to me how much I'm seeing it. It's like it weigh heavy on you sometimes. It could drain you. Like
That's
I
true.
worry about
I
being
understand
70.
that.
I worry about
I
being
understand.
70 and 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like what I accept for other people, I'm basically accepting it for myself because yeah, we gonna teach them, but our kids gonna be in school with these kids. When they acting rah-rah, when they pulling these weapons and our kids are smart, who you see get hit a lot of the times, you seeing innocent kids getting hit. You don't see the target. You don't see that same energy that's getting retaliated on. It's usually something wholesome. It is just, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired. Today I'm tired. Tired of
Yeah.
seeing it. It's disheartening and it's hurtful.
So,
I can
question:
understand that.
are we seeing a repeat? And when we grew up in the crack era, mid '80s to '90s. Are we seeing that now happening where it's not crack, it's social media?
Social media.
Social media is the new crack, and that's who's raising this generation. Like we not, and I'm saying we as a general term, we raised ourselves in the '80s and '90s because parents was strung out on crack and just losing their mind, going to jail, all that crazy stuff. So now the kids now, they got parents, but they stuck. Social media is raising them. What it's monkey see, monkey do. Whatever I see on it, that's what I want to emulate. I'm not listening to you and what you're talking about.
And that makes it scary because in the crack generation, you see the long-term results up front. You seeing it. You step outside, you're like, ooh, oh. So you can say, no, up top, I'm not doing that. Social media is a slow burn. You don't even know you being taken over. You don't even know. And you ain't got them grandmothers in them villages that was whooping ass while it was happening.
It's
It's
true.
like you submissive to it. You like, yes, have my way. That's where you get everything from. Basically, you don't know what's going on in the world without it. So if you
That's
don't know
true.
what it's doing to you psychologically, what the hidden, what you know what I'm saying, your subconscious is taking in, if you don't know that that's what it's really doing, you wake up in 20 years and be like,
It got me.
I know crackheads from the 80s that's good right now.
Was able to
Got up,
bounce back.
turned their whole life around. Doing better than some people that never touched crack a day in their life.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna push it a little bit. We gotta really think about, like, I think exactly to what you're saying, Cliff, is you're right. Social media is that new drug. But if we really go back and look at the history of the drug, we speak about the tail end of it where we could see it. But when it first happened, you got to think about it. Parents really did when their kids was coming strong in and their spouses were coming, they didn't really know what it was because it was new. And the thing about it was new and it was popular and it was a little bit more controlled. And then it just ran rampant.
Right.
And then we saw the tail end of it. Is that not the same thing that happened when social media first came out? It was a little bit, it was more, it was okay. You know, when Facebook first came out, MySpace, when those things were first there, it was like, okay. But then it bloomed and it ran rampant. And now we look back at it and be like, you got to think about it. Like, is social media the new crack? Yes, because we talk about the end of crack era when, like, we look up and, like, we just knew people were strung out. Like, we could see it. But now we are entering that phase of social media where it's like you can see they strung out on it when you walk into a room and everybody got a tripod posting about ordering some goddamn Popeyes chicken. Like, think
Everybody at
about
the
it. Like,
table like this.
the pipe is the phone is the new pipe. And now it's like
They're
just more that it's really out there to where now you can really see where, like, kids are like, I mean, think about it. You go to family functions and now the kids are posting everything. They posting when the cousins are fighting each other. Like, that it was never posted before. Like, it was parameters on what you could and couldn't post. Don't post family dinner. Don't post mom and dad getting into a fight. Don't post siblings getting into it with their parents. Like, you don't post stuff like that. But now it's like we gotta post everything because we need the new high. And that's the same thing. Like, think about it. Think about the transition of crack. And at some point, to what Queen was saying was, some point the villagers start realizing we got to protect our own. And what makes me think about that is, and what lets me know it's still there. Think about what happened at the USC. What was that, women's NCAA basketball game when the old girl wig came off? At some point, they realized this ain't no social media shit right here. We gonna look out for our own. So all the girls wrapped around her because her wig fell off in the middle of the game. All of them both teams. They said, fuck this basketball game. I don't care if the refs call traveling. I don't give a damn. At this point, we got to look out for her because for her, that wig was important. And they all wrapped around her, protected her. So they could not record it. The game could not be recorded. The cameras could not get that girl because the court just surrounded her until she got fixed. So that lets me know, like, we get it. It's just not as relevant. And we understand, like, it's not a social media thing. So we just got to figure out, like our parents did, our ancestors did. They figured out, like, how do we fix this crack shit so that it doesn't completely break us? Because it's harming us, but we can't let it break us. So we got to figure that out with social media.
Question: is it social media or is it technology?
It's
Because
technology.
it's like the true weapon of mass destruction, right? You go nowhere without it. It's in your head at all time, and what makes it worse than crack is because, like you said, it's kind of new to us a little bit. So it's not just attacking the babies. A lot of adults don't know how it's affecting. So
don't.
Even with innocent hearts, just think of parents that grew up in hard times, grew up with the struggle, so they want to give their kids the world. I don't want my kids to go without, so my kid got and they gonna continue to push the envelope. Now I'm seeing all these celebrities. When you start seeing celebrities doing things at the same time, it's being pushed. They all wearing them new glasses. Have y'all seen them? It's like some new glasses that they've been wearing. Lil Duval was talking about them. It's some not what came out a couple Christmases ago. Y'all gotta look it up. I don't even know the name of them.
It's not the Oculus. It's something else.
No, it's not the Oculus. It's something you don't need your phone no more. And you could be like right there. You get what I'm saying? Like, you pushing it as innovation, and everybody want to be evolving. Everybody moving up. Oh, we gotta have the best because you thinking we getting better, but subconsciously and on the in the back end, really are we? Because they didn't put movies out, what they call it, pre-programming. It's a movie with Bruce Willis years ago that came out, and they was wearing the glasses. Nobody left home. Everything was virtual. They had virtual people that looked like what they wanted them to look like. Nobody never left. When you get to that point, we dead. I don't care if we are breathing, we're dead. You get what I'm saying? So you just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
that's slowly happening. That's slowly
and it ain't
happening.
nobody's fault. It ain't nobody's fault. Like,
I mean, think
don't
about
know
it.
It's our own fault. It's our own fault. We falling for it. We allowing it to happen because, and like you had said, you was kind of hitting at adults are falling for it because we're thinking because I'm grown, I know how to cut off social media. I know how to put my phone down and do something else. I do it every day. I put my phone down and try to work on something else, and I go right back to it and grab it and be like, "What's going on with so and so, or what's happening with this?" It's damn near addictive, like crack. That you say, if you gotta say, "I need to take a social media break" out loud, you got a problem.
And then you try it, and it don't even last an hour without you twitching.
Bro, yo, it's crazy. Like, you got to think about it. People actually like coming up on Lent season. Social media is a fast. It's a whole fast. Like, people literally like, I'm fasting from social media.
Yes.
We used to have to fast from like alcohol. Like, if you have to, you're literally putting social media in the category of something that, what do you have to fast away from so that you can grow closer? And this is just as me, grow closer to a higher being, grow closer to God. And people are saying, I need to put down social media. Yo, realize people used to say alcohol, drugs, sex. Like, you're putting social media in those categories of that's how distracting and disattached is causing you to be.
It's the new norm. It's the new reality.
It's so subtle. It's so subtle.
So subtle.
We all dealing with it. Ain't nobody exempt. Me, nobody exempt. We all dealing with it. But
nobody.
At least we have the capability of talking about it and knowing. But at the same time, that make it even awareness sometimes is a double-edged sword because you
Yeah.
know what it's doing and you still know, like, damn, I'm fiending. I'm a damn fiend. You get what I'm saying? Like now I know I can't deny what it is.
I'm gonna hit the rock one time and that's it. Then I'm gonna hit it one time and I'm cool. I ain't
I'm
doubling
good.
back. I'm good until that high go down and you like, I'm gonna just get on it for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, like we we make up these lies to ourselves to make it okay when we know it's not okay. We know it's
At all.
wrong, but we just gonna do it anyways because we grown. And then we try to discipline our kids and say, y'all can't have y'all tablets. You give me your phone. And they're over there killing them. And then we feel bad after a while. I'm like, all right, here, you can have it for an
Especially
hour.
because you keep looking at yours after you did took things.
I took this shit. It's cracking on here. Damn, you looking
Right.
over there looking sad, looking sad and sick, man. So it's like, man, what else can I do?
And I feel
Have
like we talked
y'all?
about it. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I
No,
said
you
we
good.
talking about it, so we gotta come with some kind of solution. So what I've been like doing what I've been because I'm addicted to it in some way, somehow. It ain't even nothing I like. I kind of get nauseous now when I'm looking at it, like I feel disgusted every time. Like it ain't like I'm picking it up and becoming, you know what I'm saying? Like ugh. None of it
Right.
is really entertaining. It's kind of just like, damn. You wake up in the morning, it's next to your bed, the first thing you grab. So it's the little things. Like when you're an addict, they tell you the little things, like 12-step programs, right? So when you wake up for the first 30 minutes of your day, just try for the first 30 minutes. Don't pick it up. You can pick it up all day. Like give yourself, if you gotta give yourself a high all day, like this my reward. But the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna find something to tap into you. So you can have a clear thought of what you thinking when you wake up that morning. Like what's your thoughts, nobody else's. And just it's this tough. Like it's tough. I ain't gonna sit here in front like, oh, it's easy. No, it's tough. But you gotta start somewhere. You keep doing that and you're gonna get some kind of enlightenment through that, and it's gonna start diminishing. I'm praying it start
You,
diminishing more and more of that, which you really don't want anyway. You're just doing it because it's become what you accustomed to. It's become a thing. It's a part of your lifestyle now. They have
but you
made this.
know, it's hard to do that, right? And
It's
it sounds crazy that
yes.
I'm saying that, but it's hard to do that because for me, I get up 2:50 every morning, and I'm hitting the gym. Now, if I go off of what you just said, I don't touch my phone for 30 minutes. Cool. I hit the gym. There's about 10 TVs. If I just so happen to glance up, I can be listening to music. I can do that without getting on anything social media. If I just happen to glance up at one of the TVs and they running the story, whatever the story, sports, something happened in the news, without even thinking, I will grab my phone and get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, whatever, looking for that story because somebody gonna give me a better
To
breakdown on
verify.
TikTok
Right.
to verify that story. And now I'm stuck scrolling 20 minutes.
That's the point. My 30 minutes would be, you see, we give it excuses like our damn kids. Yes, you was completely right. There was excuses. Because when you wake up in the morning, your feet hit the ground. You got to go to the bathroom. Don't pick up that phone and walk to the bathroom your first time that morning. You got to figure out if you got your stuff ready or whatever. You in the bathroom, you're going to take a shower real quick, or you're not going to take a shower before the gym. I don't know. You're going to brush your teeth. Don't take that phone with you to brush your teeth. You can get 30 minutes in if you really I'm still asleep. I'm sleepwalking doing this stuff. It's you got 30 minutes that you really don't have to. You ain't left. You can it's hard. It's the crack. I'm
It's
telling
because
you.
it sounds silly to say I cannot be on my phone for 30 minutes until I got to be off my phone for 30 minutes. Be over there scratching and hey, what's going on social media? What they said? Like that's crazy. That's
What's
crazy.
scared?
We can't even do 30
Here's
minutes.
here's the reality though. Here's what we're really saying out loud. Social media is a stronger drug than crack because social media has allowed itself to entangle itself into what we feel is the norm of our lives. Crack was a high. that you can never find a benefit in it. You know, people would say it's a benefit because it allows them to release themselves from life, but social media has become something that it's a drug, but then it's also become a people make money. Like there's social media dealers. Like,
oh my God.
they know like, yo, if I see okay, perfect example. Oh, this Drake shit. Like I'm starting to see Drake pop up all of a sudden. This Drake shit become the big deal with him. And it's like, oh, the social media dealer is like, yo, let me go ahead. Yo, how can we make this Drake thing pop? Let me get this on my page. But then let me also make sure nobody else can put it on their corner. So now I need to make sure it's only on my page. So people gotta come to my page. And then what's gonna happen? People gonna start being like, yo, let me go ahead and pump some money. So advertisement into this page because everybody's frequenting this page. So let me go ahead and put, you know what I'm saying, my brand and logo on there. It literally is a drug that has become it's like crack. It's a business. And they are pumping into the business because they know it's such a driving force. Big companies are putting more money into social media than any other media outlet. And think about it. Think about what they did with crack. Crack came from the government. They pumped the money into it. Bro, like
hold on.
Paul.
The light bulb just went off. Go ahead. The light bulb.
But JB, the thing, and what they do, it's a slow day on social media. Everybody keep looking, ain't nothing on there. Then they come hit you with a, you know, that high they say you be searching for, that hit that brings.
Let me get a higher
bring
high.
back everybody.
You be like,
that's the new dealer. That's where it's at over there now. That's they got the hot crack.
They got the better crack over there.
Until they crack start getting dull and watered down.
Till somebody bring about the new blue magic. Yo, holla at me. Come check my corner out. It's really that, and it's crazy because don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if right now there is a group right now saying, "Hi, my name is Jonathan Higgins, and I'm addicted to social media." Hi, Jonathan. Social media unanimous. Bro, it's out there.
That's our next live. We own it. We going social
live.
media anonymous. Social media
anonymous.
You need therapy. At least crack you can see. At least crack you can see what it's gonna do to you. It's right there in front of you. Like, damn, that's what that hit do quickly.
And this is what the epiphany, the light bulb went off, because as JB was talking, I said, damn, the government got their hands on this, so they benefiting from it. They making a hell of money, so they gonna keep pumping it. Where when the crack hit, we didn't know at the time that they had their hands in it, so it was just happening. We just think, boom, somebody just dropped a pack off and somebody cooked it up and did some other things with it, and boom, we got crack. We didn't see the hands that they was hiding. We know the government got hands on this, and they still pumping. And they said, no, we can't go away from social media. We're not going to do like some other countries and ban it. We make too much money off of this. What we look like?
Think about it. Think about what your boy Trump did. Trump came in and he put restrictions on social media. And the thing he put restriction on was adult content. So he shut down stuff like Backpage, stuff like that. He shut all that stuff down. He put some restriction on there. And really all he really put the only focus was adult content and really sex trafficking. I mean, let's call it what it is. But what really happened when he shut those things down? You had to go to these bigger social media outlets and figure out a way to figure it out, i.e. Backpage. Not Backpage, OnlyFans. Which if you look at OnlyFans is ran by, I think it's ran by Twitter X.
Yeah.
Like, so now that's where you really go for your sex trafficking. Because like,
Yeah, he
let's
just
not
found
be
a new
stupid.
way.
Right. All they did was they was like, yo, we gonna shut these outlets down because we don't really have control over it. But we got control of Twitter because Twitter's already big. We've already figured out the logarithm. We got control of the algorithm, so we can run it how we want to run it. So now we just gonna push everything here and make something, create something, so we can have a little bit more control of it. But at the end of the day, OnlyFans is what the Craigslist, the Backpage, it's that. It's just now they make it seem as if it's like, oh, it's it's just content creation. No, because you know what's going on behind the scenes after they make that content.
And
You
that's
dressed
everywhere
up as
because
a prostitute and the pimp.
they not allowing you to have choice. Like drugs on the street, at least you can have a choice of what drug you want to take. With social media, we gonna get the algorithm to shun this stuff. We don't want this because what our agenda needs, we got to focus it all, herd it all in this direction. So what me and you talking about, what we talking about right now, that's not going to be out there like that where people have a choice like, oh, this is where I want to put my mind into. This is where I want my thought process to go. No, I'm going to promote the fuckery. That's where you go
Right.
everywhere you turn. You know what I'm saying? You can watch a naked child if you try to look for it on social media, but you better not talk about Middle Eastern topics or certain demographics of people. Can't even
Yeah.
talk about it.
Banned.
But you can go watch child porn. We ain't blocked that yet.
Because they controlling it. They got control, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the new drug. It's crazy.
So that's why, to bring him on back to where we started, that's why I'm hurt, because it's not necessarily, it's how they target in our community, what the tools that they're using to destroy us. Like the movie Tyrone, what was that movie? Forgot about Tyrone, whatever, Tyrone with Jamie
What
Foxx.
happened?
They had
What
the
happened? What
chicken.
happened to
Cloning
Tyrone?
Tyrone.
They had
Cloning
the chicken
Tyrone.
as a distraction. They had the music as a distraction. They had the liquor. They had the hair supplies to strip you. Once they get your mind, once a entity or a thing has your mind, everything follows. The head, we all know that. So you got our mind already because we tapped in. But now we gonna push bullshit and we gonna feed you sideways. And we know with your culture, bass and frequency matters. Like I bring it to hip hop because we are hip hop. Our blood, our how we process things is like through music, through hip hop. That's why it came out like that. So we're gonna use all these things, and that's the only avenues we're gonna give you. You don't have the other avenues that these other groups have. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some days it's harder than
So
others.
have they been setting this up this whole time?
Yes.
They hit us with the drug. Then we kind of lightweight bounce back from that. I mean, we still feeling the effects of that, but we kind of bounce back. But now they hitting us with the food, and they've been hitting us with the food forever. But they hit us with that, dumped us down, and now we hooked on social media. Like that was a recipe from the get go. We all grew up understanding how to cook up crack, but we never knew how to cook up social media. And they whipped it so hard, we can't shake it off. We can't shake it off. This is crazy.
And they learn it. They diabolical for sure. Because one thing I was picking up is while we was learning how to survive, building character in the trenches, like we gonna make it regardless. We gonna keep smiling. We gonna keep going. They was teaching their kids the business and the positivity of the da. So the same sword is gonna come down. It's gonna come down on everybody. It's not just gonna end up being just our culture, because our culture, regardless, shines the light. Like it's people gonna gravitate to it. These kids, everybody. I was on the plane the other day. This kid, all he wanted to watch was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Indian child. Like regardless, we're gonna be implanted in other cultures, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? No matter what.
Yeah.
But we gonna trick y'all because y'all pushing the sauce of life. Y'all push while they out here having all kind of scandalous things going on in the world. We worried about Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Right? That's what our young girls is worried about. Who asked twerk better in or out of clothes? Whose is fake and whose is real? If your kid is steady listening to that for years, it's hard to retrain that thought process at 14, 15 years old.
That's the reality.
Damn near impossible.
That's their reality. You try to fight it now, like trying to teach teens now, or guide rather, is difficult because they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Nothing like, oh, you old. Oh, that's what worked for you in the early 2000s and the 90s. That don't work for us. No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're repeating what I did, and the difference is you got a phone in your hand. When it was reality for me, I was seeing people get shot in front of me. You seeing people getting shot
and
on social media.
And we was watching that. It was making us stronger character-wise.
Yeah.
Our kids, what they got, they don't have no character because they focus on this camera or this screen. You're not out on the block in the field. Yeah, you might be fucking up, but you're learning life lessons through them fuck ups. That wisdom, that experience is what's giving you your wisdom. So we're gonna take that because they didn't learn how to get wisdom out of hardship. And at the end of the day, that hardship is gonna make them survive regardless. No matter what we throw, they still gonna bounce back. But if we take their mental where they don't not even focus on their hardship, they focused on an imagery or a fake reality. They don't have to focus on themselves no more. They don't have to worry about their struggle. They don't have to worry about their drug addict family because they got this to put into and to lie to get their dope to make them feel good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they capturing us as the parents. Everybody. My grandma be asking me sometime about stuff on social media. Like,
Granny.
I mean, she might have heard it from somebody or got it all mixed up and it's confused and wobbled. And, you know what I'm saying? But it's,
yeah, you heard about that Black China and that Nikki? That Nikki girl? Yeah, they going at it, baby. Black China, grandma.
The red room is front and center. Ain't no door.
Ain't no door.
Ain't no door. Red room don't have no doors.
Yes, it do.
Yes, it do.
Yours might. Yours might.
Change it to the purple door. You got to change yours to the purple door.
Not like Prince. Hold on, don't do Prince like that. So, hey, we gonna wrap it. But
royalty.
It is
Prince was the shit. Prince had the master bread from
boy.
Right. That do something different.
Boy, I wish I could have partied with Prince. I promise I wish I could have partied with Prince. If I could have turned up with one person, it would have been Prince. Lord, I would have had.
I just want to hear Insatiable. Like, you see that live? Like, can I hear that live? Like, come on, man.
That's my Insatiable was down the list. Adore and Diamonds and Pearls is my favorite song from Prince. Yeah, that thing. I still don't know the meaning behind that damn song. But I listened to it 1,001 times, broke down the lyrics, and still was like,
that Gemini mind be different, you hear me?
Yeah, I said Prince, I don't know what she was on, but whatever.
I like
before we get up out of
here, I like it, whatever.
I wish I could have turned up with Prince. Lord, if I could have turned up with Prince.
You'd have put on one of them blouses with the ruffles.
Seeing the women that he had coming through, yes. I would, yes.
That man put on heels. Bro. Put on heels and curled his hair and snatched your dog quickly.
I'm telling you right now, if Prince would have been like, yo, this is what you got to wear to come out with me, okay. Booty cheeks out. Let's go.
Oh my God.
I'm ready. What's up? Booty cheeks out. Loud. If I could turn over with Prince.
Can you imagine him wearing chaps?
Man, game blouses. Damn that JB with a little curl. With a little curl
There's a little
Oh,
chaps with them cheeks out.
I got my Halloween costume 2024. Here it come. Blackout party. Be ready. Here it come.
My God.
we spinning the block.
Cliff gonna be
Yeah, you
freaking
know,
out. You
but
see me walk over there dressed with Prince. He gonna have I'm gonna have a trench coat on. He like, Lord, please don't let him take this trench coat off. Do not take
please,
this trench coat
please.
off. Keep the AC on 50, because if he take this coat off, we gonna have
turn
a
this mug
problem.
out.
Look, hey,
You gonna have more
oh
than
no,
proper. It's gonna be a misunderstanding.
oh man,
Party over, man. Party over.
I'm
Close
telling
it
you,
down. Close it
I'm
down.
doing
It
it.
might be a thing now. See, while we sitting here bullshitting, you go ahead.
Look,
Oh,
I
that's
promise
the
you,
new thing.
I
Because
promise you,
nobody
if I
never
see
picked up on that back then. We didn't gravitate toward that. So you never know. Nowadays, though, you'll have ass out everywhere, chaps,
I'm telling you
little
right now,
high heels.
y'all gonna be big man. If in October 2024, I see anybody post a picture in the Prince outfit, I want y'all to know it came from us first. We was the ones
God
gave
damn
y'all
it.
that idea.
God damn it.
Ass out. Don't
It's
forget to be ass out. You ain't
ass
Prince if
out.
you ain't ass
She
out.
focused on this assed out though. You was focused on the cheeks being out. Lord, be offense. You
Somebody
giving
gonna
some
do
man
it.
a play in that outfit?
Somebody gonna do
Costume
it.
party
Look.
or not?
Hell no.
He gonna hit you with the Prince voice and everything. It's gonna be deep. He's gonna be, hey, come here,
Yeah,
beautiful.
what's going on? How
You
how
gotta
you
You
be.
know
doing?
what? I'm gonna stop sitting up on this internet talking about hell no, because I done seen some I done seen some things happen. I'm like, this
I
Prince, I don't
love
know
him.
what he had. I don't know what he had in them whatever they were.
Prince had game for sale. Prince had game.
Snuck up on you like social media.
Yeah, a little short ass just rolled up on me. Come here, you. Hey, beautiful.
Right,
The
looking
fuck? I am a
harmless.
man.
Right.
I look
Harmless.
like a threat at all.
Not at all.
Get your little ass.
And then they say throw a basketball and do you dirty in basketball too. Like don't
Cross you. How
get
you get crossed up in some chaps, man? In heels.
4'11" chaps, heels, ass cheeks out, and he just dunked on you. Come on now.
Move
I'm
past
not guarding
it.
you. I'm
Move
not
past
guarding you,
it.
man. Go ahead.
No, 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 no.
She's
Move
stuck
past
on the
it.
cheek.
No.
She's stuck on
No,
the cheek.
no, no,
Look,
no, no, no.
we're
Can't
moving. We're
unsee it.
moving on.
I can't
No,
unsee
we didn't see. No, well, you need to unsee it.
No,
You trying to
no,
put that
no,
image in our
no.
head? See, you worse than damn social
No.
media.
Right.
Right.
I'm spreading it through the algorithm. Look.
No, no, no.
JB introduced it.
So it's JB
No.
fault.
Yeah.
So it's just wow.
He the
That's
one said he
okay.
gonna wear it. Wait a
I
minute, how
am.
this go back to me?
Because you done said it 50, 11 times.
This man said that Prince told him to, he ass out in chaps
And I
between his
would. I'm
cheeks.
telling y'all right
He
now.
just
I'm
told
telling
us
you.
that. Why
If,
is it so hard for me to have a vision? Like, whoa, I'm blown
telling you
away.
right now.
All right. Queen trying to get introduced to the red room. French style. Change it. Make it purple for the night.
Make it purple.
Purple for the
I'm envisioning all cheeks, all y'all cheeks. Don't try to
Okay.
separate
All right.
JB from
Okay. All
the
right.
being species.
She just said she wanted the game bang.
I almost did it. I almost threw it up. Ah.
Look, bro, you see she got caught all that she was Jesus.
I almost repped the hood. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
This
drinking
is
my
part of the
water.
episode. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Conversation with Cliff. We're going to get up out of here before something else transpires. Because we don't want no troubles. All right?
We didn't even
Exactly.
introduce ourselves.
It
We
don't
just
even
got
matter.
cracking today,
And we
like
just got
crack.
straight to it.
We
We
ain't
got
say
straight
welcome
to
to
it.
conversation with Cliff. He's like your normal suspect. Nothing. We just exited.
We came out
God
the
damn.
gate loaded.
We got the
God
shooter.
damn.
We got the voice of reason. And you got me. We appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Hit that button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace.
God bless. See you next week.
Cheeks
Conversations with Cliff. I'm a free thinking spiritual beast. We can keep it ratchet or classy. I'm here for the conversation.